If I talk about testing and how I don't like testing, but I do testing on people, that's called vetting. So testing people is you have a decision in your mind about who this person is, whether it be because of things they've done, things you heard about them doing, or because they actually did something and you're trying to see if they're going to do it again. And 90% of the time, you're testing somebody to confirm something you already are thinking. So it's completely understandable to vet. Completely understandable to vet because by comparison, sorry, I feel like I have to burp. By comparison, if I'm vetting you, I'm acknowledging that the possibility is there. Like, let's say a stranger. I don't know you. I know things are possible. So I'm vetting you through these experiences, these people, this amount of time together, whatever, to see who you are, to watch you in progress and see how you act, see how you decide, see what you're thinking. By comparison, if I'm over here testing you, I already have the answer. I already know what I'm looking for. And so there's the word confirmation bias, or the phrase confirmation bias, is real because vetting is, this is possible. Let me see if it's real. Testing people is, this is the answer. Can you reach that? And if you don't reach it, then it's based off of in real life, if you don't pass the test, it's normally because you don't study, you don't have the information, it was given at the wrong time. There's many reasons why you might not pass the test. But if you already have the answer, then you can figure out the mechanism of why they didn't pass the test or why. So it's like testing is supposed to be about improving the student. Testing is for students. You're improving upon the things we know you don't know. So I'm going to test you so that I can see where you are, so that I can then figure out what's the best way to give you this information. So if I'm vetting you, I don't have the answers. I have an inclination of what's possible, and I need to see where you're at into this possibility. If someone has a passport and is able to leave the country at any time, the vetting is, are you because what's possible when you leave the country, all kinds of stuff, vacations, business, illegal activities, moving, anything can be possible with you having a passport. But are you having a passport for this reason, this reason, this reason? I don't know. So what's the best way to hear about what you got going on, what you're doing, how your life is? And then when you might suggest going out of the country, why? Why are you leaving? Business, da 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 da. And if none of the things match up, then you have to do what do you call it? Circumstantial information. Well, this would make sense. Boo 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 boo. So for me, it's like there's nothing wrong with vetting people. There's nothing wrong with gathering information and understanding a person better. So the situation I'm referring to is if I bring someone I've known for, at that point, almost 10 years, probably more than 10 years, like 10 years plus. And I know things about you. I know that you got a lot going on. You have a whole life after I've known you for a long time that I don't know about. And I have to acknowledge I don't know about it. What I'm doing in both vetting and testing is I know you in this capacity. I know the old you. So how much of that is still here? That's the test. How much of you is still involved here? How much of us are really friends still in this? The vetting part is, what would you do in this scenario? What is the way that you react today to the things that you're going through? And for me, testing is about being a student. Testing is about learning how to function. So if I say, I know you for this amount of time, and I'm testing to see that that's still who you are, I'm trying to figure out the mechanism that you use to function. Do you still use that? That's where the vetting side comes in. Do you still use that method? Or are you on something else that has nothing to do with anything I know? My own answers and my own knowledge isn't enough to understand how you move today. So that's what vetting is for. The space of, I don't know. Let's find out. Testing is, I already know. So let me see what kind of mechanisms you use to get to your conclusion. And so for me, if I'm being tested about something and people are assuming I know the answers, or no, I'm sorry, if I'm being tested about something and it's not from a space of you're a student, then you're wasting your time, because you're really saying you're saying you're testing me, but you're really vetting me. And those are two different things. So when you're actually vetting me in a space of a student, then it's always going to come to the you think you're testing. So you're coming to the conclusion they are not, let's see, I have the answers. They're not acting as if they understand the mechanism. They don't understand it. So as a teacher, I have a duty to give you the answer through this test. Vetting is, I have the opportunity to get rid of or keep or figure out where you are in my life. So that's fine. All of that's fine. Using it improperly and taking your ego into it changes the entire, it muddies the waters. It's no longer a scientific experiment. It is now a bias confirmation experiment. And what I mean by that is, so, okay, back to the scenario, the situation. 10 years, I bring somebody new around you. This person I know can potentially be, because of how I know you for past 10 years, it could either be you're going to act one way because of your own shit, or because we are knowing each other, you know me, then you're going to act another way in accordance to the situation we're in. So, oh, it's uncomfortable. Oh, it's awkward. Da 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 da. That's fine, because here's the reality of the situation. There's two things happening at once. Two birds with one stone. If I bring a man around that I care about, and you're my friend that I've known for 10 years, the assumption, because this isn't a test, it turns into a test when you become insecure, when you start second guessing everything, when you start not being sure about the mechanism. Am I your friend by bringing this person around that I care about? Because now I'm pressuring you. Why is there a pressure? So that's where the vetting comes in. That's where the vetting comes in. Why do you feel like there's a pressure for someone I like to be around you? What is it between what I know about you and what I don't know about you that is making you think that? So when I start getting into the vetting process and I'm seeing what I'm seeing, part of it is, okay, all right, there's some new things here. The other part of it is, okay, all right, let me not assume that just this one singular situation is who you are as a person, especially if there's communication afterwards. If you give me a jacket after I fight with you, I'm thinking that is the cooling off period. You don't even wear that jacket. It's not your favorite jacket. You're just giving me a jacket. That means that you are still my friend. The 10 years of knowing each other still applies. So no, this new person over here doesn't matter more than you. I need to know that you're my friend in all scenarios. When it comes to this man, if he doesn't act according, that's vetting, because I don't know how he's going to act. I don't know what he's going to do. So if he's in the situation and he's not acting accordingly, then that's where the vetting is being successful. So, hi, baby. So what it comes down to is being able to not have confirmation bias. And let me be honest. If a guy in the situation is acting a certain kind of way, I'm going to question it. I'm not going to even assume still, because you don't know everything. And I know that I don't know everything. So if I'm testing a dude on how he's acting, that's vetting. I'm sorry, let me be clear. If I'm vetting a dude on how he's acting, that means I'm trying to find out how that person is. I have no answers. I don't have a visual. I know what I know in the possibility realm. I don't know in the actuality realm. Testing is, I know the actuality realm. And I have the answers to confirm with the test. So that's where, I guess, the ego part, if you don't keep your ego in the midst of that, you can move forward. You can keep living through the testing and the vetting because you're just being yourself. You're not over here. It's not valued at how should I say this? It's not personal. It's not a personal experience. It's just a human experience so that you can understand your reality around you and trust or know what not to trust. And with the process being so personal to people, so offensive to people, there's never an answer given. It's always being stuck in my feelings. And this is the thing about feelings. People say, fuck your feelings. Feelings matter, but when you're putting them above plausibility and believability versus that's the actual truth, like all those things, you're putting your ego into it, then it's never going to be clear. And so when I get upset, when I'm frustrated about somebody asking me a question that seemingly is from left field, because my testing is, I know that this has to come from some form of thought that is separate than what you've expressed to me before. It's separate than what we've actually experienced together. So if I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's the dude, it's not you. It's because in my experience, I know that you are not the type to get into a situation and then sit there and say, what's the best way for me to succeed in this? It's friendship. It's community. It's connection. And if you don't trust those things and you trust your ego more, then all that shit goes out the window. So you're mad at me for testing you in the first place. You're mad at me for vetting you in the first place. If you have any understanding of healthy relationships, that is part of it. It's part of it. It's a healthy thing to do, to say, am I safe with you? Do you understand me on this level, that if I am vulnerable and I express myself in a way that I'm not all the way there, I don't have the answers. I'm not the test giver. I'm the test taker. Even if I am a test giver in certain situations, I'm not in this situation. And being vulnerable enough to say, can you help me understand this? And you take it as, oh, you think that I would do something like that. You think maybe that gut feeling of, oh no, I'm in a bad situation, is because the reality of this is how you would have acted without the pressure of me being important to you. So if I'm important to you, why are you so nervous? Why? Why do you not just take this test, this vetting process, as it's part of the process, so that I can have you around and trust you with someone I care about without it being about you? How can I trust that? If I'm in a situation, I'm helping somebody, it's not about me. And if I get in my feelings about helping somebody else, then something is in me getting stirred up. And the only reason that I'm right now am in the space that I'm in is because clear, straightforward, honest, all those things have to go into it. Are you testing me to be an honest person? Are you testing me to be a trustworthy person? Are you testing me to be not egotistical in this? That's fine. But if you're not being honest about that stuff, if you're not being straightforward, you're not giving people a full opportunity to understand what the point is. For me, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt before I go into this is most likely the case, because I want to know for sure that is